Welcome to So Cool, the show where I show you how to make cool things with your own two hands. Today we'll be making tie blankets. Let's get started. For this project you will need 2 pieces of fleece, each 2 3/4 yards long, a ruler, a pair of fabric scissors, and something to mark with. This is a great project for the winter and a fun bonding activity for kids. Have them pick what pattern they like and get going. But before you do get started, remember to always wash your fabric. Most fabric is not pre-washed and is prone to shrinking. Fleece itself has a non-harmful chemical to preserve the color while it's on the shelf, and it can get sticky after a while, so wash before you work. Which brings us to step 1, clean up your edges. In order for this project to work, your edges have to line up. To help with this, cut away your selvage, which is located on 2 opposite sides of your fleece. You don't necessarily have to do this. I personally don't like selvage on my fabric, so I cut it off whenever I can. The selvage line on the blue fleece is a little harder to spot, but pattern fleece like this tends to have the fabric brand printed on its selvage, making it easier to find and cut away. Once you have all your selvage cut away, place your fabric one on top of the other and make sure that all the wrinkles are out. The best way to do that is to smooth your hands over it, just like that, and everything should be nice and uniform. However, you can see here that everything is not so nice and uniform, but there is an easy fix for that. With the shorter fabric on top, cut away the excess of the larger piece of fabric following the edge of the shorter. This cleans up the rest of your edges, and now everything is the right size to move on. Yay! Yes, hi, hello, Secret Voice Bailey here to tell you that yes, my blanket is definitely not 2 3/4 yards long. Don't worry, this blanket is meant for my cat. This guy right here, isn't he cute? His name is Max. Oh, mwah. So it's only 1 yard long. Okay, cool, moving on. Step 2, measuring and marking. Grab your ruler and, from the corners inward, measure 5 inches. This will be the length of your fringe. You can make it longer, however, you will be losing overall length from your finished blanket if you do, and making it less than 4 inches will make it far too short to be tied. When your measurements meet in the corners, cut them out. This will ensure a nice clean edge for the finished blanket and act as a guide for when you eventually cut out the fringe itself. So go ahead and throw that corner piece away. You won't be needing it. Go ahead and cut out all 4 corners. Then measure 5 inches up from the edge of your fabric. Now that we have our length, let's get our width measured. For this, measure 1.5 inches across. If you make your fringe too thin, it will rip out from the fleece once you knot it, but making it too wide will keep your knot from staying put, so keeping it between 1.25 inch and 1 3/4 inch is ideal. Step 3, cut your fabric. A very straightforward step. Cut along your width line, stopping where you marked your 5-inch point. If you're unsure where your markers are, a good tip would be to use your ruler as a guide. Keep going until you're done, but make sure to take breaks every once in a while. My hands definitely cramped up a lot during this part, so make sure to stretch your fingers every once in a while, and just take as many breaks as you think you need.
Come here. No. Come here, get off. You were the worst. Come here.
And now our final step, tie the fringe. This part is indeed the easiest and also the most time-consuming. Starting with the corners, take 1 pair of fringe, cross the top piece and the bottom piece, one over the other, loop and pull, but don't pull too tightly. You'll want to do this again with another corner piece immediately next to it. I'm doing this to prevent unseemly puckering in my blanket, but it doesn't really matter too much. Repeat the step again on the same fringes and pull tighter to make a knot, and voila! A nice, neat starting corner. Tie all the corners first to keep your fleece in place while you work. And keep doing this until you're all finished. Alone, this whole portion took about 45 minutes to an hour, but if you have kids working on a separate side, the work will go much faster, especially if you have one starting on the left side and another starting on the right and meeting in the middle. That way, you don't have any fringes missing. When you're all done, flip over your blanket to pull away any puckering along the backside, mostly along the corners, of course. And there you have it! Your very own blanket you made all by yourself! Isn't that so cool? If you have any ideas for our next So Cool project, please tell us in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching, and until the next So Cool episode, stay safe, healthy, and have a wonderful day.
So I made him the blanket, and he doesn't even care. He's not even looking at it. What a jerk.